Welcome back to another Wix website guide. In today's video, I'm going to show you the email marketing section in your Wix back office and how you can use these effectively, create emails to send to customers and clients to promote your product, to promote services, or even just to give them a little festive message. So, as you can see, we are in my Wix website guide website. That is just a template that I use for all my videos. So you're going to go to the left hand side on your dashboard and you're going to hover above marketing and SEO. Go to marketing and click email marketing. Now once you do this, you'll be opened to this section of your back office, which is the email marketing section. This section will allow you to either start from the templates that are available to you. If you have created campaigns in the past, they will show under here, under most recent email campaigns. These are just little drafts that I was playing around with. And then it'll also show you here on the right hand side how many marketing emails that you have every month that are in your plan. Now, as this is just an example one, there are only 3 that I can send out a month, but you can upgrade this to publish more emails each month. So with my plan on my website, I do have up to 10 to 15 email campaigns that I can send out, which I believe is just more beneficial because when I have a service or when I have bookings that are available or discounts, I feel like it's just great to have these extra options if I need it. So you have a range of templates you can start from. If you click more templates, it will show you another range of templates you can go from. So we can just pick a template, for example, and amend that template, or we can start from fresh. Sometimes if you're new to email marketing and not done this before in your back office, I would definitely recommend possibly starting with a template that you like the look of roughly, and then adapting to it and changing some things around. So we're going to do something very similar. So we're going to promote a new bag that is for sale. So we're going to go with this template. So we just click use template and then we're going to click all products. So it will choose which collection or products to promote, and then press continue. So if you're promoting something else or something completely different, you don't want to use a template, you can use a template, but you would need to start one from scratch, which I'll also show you how you can do after this section. So this is how this all comes up. So this is the create section of your email marketing. So as you can see, these bag pictures and the information that is all on here are all from the example store that I have created for this video. So all these bags are in my product section in my actual Wix back office that are available on this website. Now as you can see, this is the viewing platform and the viewing area of the email subscription area. Now this area here is the display area of when you create things, what it looks like. And then on the left hand side you have all the editing tools to your hands that you need and all the features. You have the ads section, the themes and background. You do have regional. Regional is basically just the best viewing experience display on your email from left to right, so you can choose which one you would prefer. I usually leave mine on the right just because I prefer it that way, but it's totally up to you. Now as you can see, we have loads of different features here on the create section. So if you click on the text box here in the element area, it adds text to your actual section. So just say I wanted to get rid of this example text here. Just hover above the one I want to get rid of and click remove, and it gets rid of that for me. Now this new text that I've added, if I double click it, I can erase this and then add some writing that could be beneficial to the description of the bag or something that entices people. So we're going to put new arrival, we've got as our heading at the top here, which we're going to keep as it is, but you can go about editing this as well, which I'll show you in a moment. So we're going to put our new collection brings a range of colours and looks to fit your style. So we're going to leave it like that. And then if I wanted this to be slightly bigger, I can just go here on the left hand side. You have the area of the customized text. Now in the customized text section, there's loads of different options. So you have the format section, which means you want it as a paragraph, as a heading. So as this is more of a paragraph, we don't want it quite big. We want to have it quite small. So we're going to go for the small paragraph, which is this one, as we want the header title of new arrivals to be the biggest. Now I want to change the font, so I'm just going to highlight this again, click on the font section, and then you have a selection of fonts. So we're going to go for Times New Roman. Sometimes you do need to double click on it twice because it does do that. It could be because of your PC or the selection of tools that you are using. So if you're using a mouse or a touch pad on your laptop, sometimes you just need to double click on it. So because I'm using a laptop to do this video, so I've just had to double click, and as you can see now, it has changed the font style for me. Now you can do multiple things for this. So we can highlight that and make it bolder if we wanted to. We can make it italic, which I think we're going to leave it as italic because I think it goes really well with the new arrivals look, because we really want to keep that font. You can also change the color of the text if you wanted to, highlight the text, align it to the left, to the right. So there are loads of customization options to do that with. I would definitely suggest having a play around with the customized text. Find your sort of style that goes well with your brand. I would say try to match your font style and the look of your email marketing to be very similar to your branding. You want it to keep in sync with your current branding so that when people open this email, they automatically recognize it's your brand. Now the new arrival section, we can just click here if I wanted to change the title, for example, and then you can just go under the section here and edit the fonts. So if you wanted like a swirly font, for example, we can go for this one. As I mentioned, sometimes you do need to double click it. It is just because I am using a laptop to do this. So as you can see there, you can change this to whatever fits your style or how you would like it, but I do always recommend do it to fit your style of your branding. Now in this section here, so if we go back to the apply section, sorry, every time you finish text, I should have said that, press apply, and then all your saves and changes will be done. Sometimes you don't need to press apply, you can just click on something else on the page and it does save it for you, but I do recommend clicking the apply button to save those changes. Now in the elements section, this part here, this is where your logo will go. So as you can see, the logo area is not highlighted. This is because this is already here. So if I was to remove that, you can see that logo section isn't unhighlighted anymore. So this has appeared again. So this allows me to click on it and for my logo to reappear. Now you will need to, of course, add your image of your logo to this. So you would need to click change image, and then your range of images will pop up of what is on your website and what you can use. You can change the design of this by making it larger, making it smaller so it does fit the page more, or you can have a different color background for it if you wanted to as well. So you can change layouts for this as well. Again, it is totally your preference to how you would like things. So I would definitely recommend playing around with this, so sizing that you want it in, but we're going to keep it as this for now because we feel that it doesn't need to be enlarged too much. I do recommend to keep capitals very minimal in your email marketing, just because capitals in an email as well as in your subject lines can be referred to as spam emails from when you send these out due to the capital letters that are being done. I would recommend keeping it very minimal, so we're keeping it as just new arrivals in capitals and keeping everything else lowercase just so it fits well and it doesn't keep getting sent into the spam folder. Now, no matter what happens, new email marketing and new emails that you send out to clients, if you have not sent them out before, your email or other people's emails might recognize this as spam straight away. It is just because this is a normal thing to happen. It's just because they have not received an email from your website. So it would be the first time. So they would need to recognize you as a trustworthy contact, to which I do recommend always advising your clients to check their junk mail and then move your email into their inbox so they start to become a trustworthy contact in your emails. Now, if we go back to the element section, we have an area that says image. So we have an image here of one of the bags. So I'm going to remove this just so that I can show you what happens when we click the image section. So if I click image and click on, we're going to go to media, we're going to use some examples, and then we're just going to type in bag. So we're just going to use an example because I don't have any images of this collection available because it is just a sample website. So we're going to go for a new collection. So we're going to get the top bag here. And we're going to double click that, add that, and as you can see that adds that to my section here. Now sometimes it can be misplaced, so what you need to do is just click and drag and drop. So you can reposition anything in your email. So anything here, of course, you can double click on, and if you ever wanted to move things around, you can also do this. So you can move things up and down. You can add sections into sections if you wanted to. It is completely movable and customizable. I would definitely recommend having a play around, of course, because everything can be moved and edited. Now this is just an image example. You can click on that and click the edit button, and you can add a link to that. So we can add a link that goes directly to this bag, to the website, to where they can purchase this if we wanted to. So when they click on the picture, it directs them to that page in the website. So just say we wanted to add a button for this bag instead of having a link connected to the picture. Just click on your element section, so the button, and a button will appear at the bottom of your email marketing. Now we're going to just name this button shop, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go on the design side and we're going to change the color of the design. Just something very simple, very easy to do, and keep it very clean in regards to the design and very simple with the layout. So we're going to go for very simple text. We're going to change our font color to a darker font just so it can become easier. And then as you can see, it's linked to the website, but if there's no website there, you will need to connect this. But then you just press apply when you're happy with your changes, and then you can do it like that. Now you can always just keep editing this, changing this, adding borders, but it is totally down to you on the style that you want, how big you want the button, how small you want the button. And then we can just move this all the way up. Sometimes you do need to play around and drag it, and there we go. So we now have a shop button underneath our bag. So what we can now do is we want to add a divider to separate this button. So we have a divider section in the element section here. If we click on that, a divider will appear. Now there's different styles, so you have a range of selections to choose from hearts to swirly lines to leaves. You can have so many different options, but again I do suggest having something that does relate to your branding. As these bags are quite quirky, we're going to stick to something quite similar to just represent the brand. So we're going to go for like a zigzag line that is just very small that we want to keep, so keeping it very in theme. To change the color, just go on the design, click on the color palette, and you can choose your colors here, but I have my colors already selected. So just say you go through this and you pick a color, for example, and this is the color code here. If you want to add that to your colors, click add color, and as you can see it pops in the section here, so you can always reference back to using that color. And then just click the tick button, apply, and there we have the zigzag. Now here we have our little product selections, which we are going to keep. So if you ever wanted to do these are called columns. Now if you click here on the section that's called columns, it comes up with a little range of options. So you can have a similar layout to what I have above there. You can have it side by side with an image and text, or you can have an image, text and a button. So there is loads of different selections you can play around with. Again, I would suggest playing around with this, and I would suggest maybe creating a basic email marketing template so you can just mess around with that, get used to the features, because you want something that's very effective. So we're not going to add that just for the pure reason of that I've already got one here, but just say that we're going back to that. We need to click on the section here. So where it says I'm a product, just double click, and we're going to call this sponges. And then we're going to call this one lemons. Now you can add spaces to separate, but we're going to keep it quite close together just because we don't want too much space in between our designs, and we want to keep it very simple and not too much of a long marketing email. So when it's sent to clients, they aren't constantly scrolling to find pictures or find products. So we're just going to keep it like that. Again, you can edit the button, click on the little pencil tool, either keep it as shop now, make sure your link is connected. Design, you can change the color of the fill color. You can change the border lines if you wanted to, so let's change that to maybe the reddy color. So as you can see that everything is fully customizable. It is something that you do have to play around with to get used to, but any features that you want to add or move, you can always add these. So just say we want to move this up to here, move this here, then we can definitely move some things around, and it definitely is something that can be very fidgety, but after a while you do get the hang of it, I promise you. Now I'm pretty happy with this. I want to just quickly change that to a zigzag line. I want to change the color to a pink and just keeping it all in theme. Now just say I want to change my text color up here as well, but I've already done that. I'm just referencing back to it and just clicking the color. So I'm keeping everything in theme with my look of my bag to my buttons. And then here is just some test examples, but I don't want to have too much products in one place. So we're going to get rid of this one. We're going to keep this like this. We're going to keep our button a relatively similar to the design of what we originally have. So we're just going to keep the border non-existent just because we don't want that right now, and we're going to do the fill color. So again, as I mentioned, this is something you do play around with a lot just to get the use of everything. And then you can click on the text, click any font that is to your best look. I do, as I mentioned, always recommend adjusting things. So I'm going to make the price a little bit smaller. So just keeping everything in theme, keeping it all very simple, but keeping everything looking the same as well. So you have sections here as well. You do have a video section, a sign up section, link and music. Now the video section you can add a video to your website to which you can either connect to YouTube or my videos. And this will be displayed in your email marketing to which people can click, and it can take them to YouTube, or you can click to display any type of video, whether it's a promotional video, a product video, a how to use video. So that is a great feature to have, especially if you have a new service or a new product, for example, that has how to use instructions and that you have created a video for that. I would definitely recommend adding a video because it would definitely be something that's more interactive for users, which some people like, but some people don't. But again, keep it very minimal if you do add this video. Sign up button, if you click on that, it just gets people to subscribe to your website. Now a lot of your clients that already you're sending the email to are already actually signed up to your subscription site and have also signed up to receive updates from you already, so I wouldn't recommend that. This is a very important feature to add to your website unless you are sending these emails out to customers that have purchased your product already. I would suggest you don't really need this section, but if you wanted to add this, you can. You can have the title, so you can change the title maybe to we can change this to sign up to receive updates. Again, I wouldn't recommend putting this in capital letters, so we're going to change that. Now you can change the button name, the placeholder text. You can require consent as well for them to agree to their privacy policy. So there's a lot of different features, and again, the design side is fully customizable, so you can change everything around, and I would recommend playing around with this. Now once you're happy with that, you can leave that there, but we're going to remove that off R1. You can add music to your email. I wouldn't recommend doing this because it does take up a lot of download time as well when people are playing this, and you don't want something that is too much. I would recommend doing this if you obviously do have a business related to music and you do create your own beats or sell music, then this is a great feature, but it's not necessarily something I would add personally to an email marketing email unless I was selling music or creating beats myself. Now the last bit is link. You can add a link, but I wouldn't recommend doing it this way. I would definitely recommend, if you ever wanted to add a link, is create a button, just because buttons are more easy on the eye, and if it says, for example, go to website, people just can read what it means, click on it straight away, and it will direct them to where they need to go. If you have buttons on your actual email marketing that takes them to specific products and relates to those products, it's even better because it takes people directly to the product you're promoting or to the service you're promoting. Because what tends to happen is some people send email marketings out and it directs them only to the homepage of the website, which can be very frustrating because then you're spending hours trying to find the product in the email marketing. So definitely always reference back to your buttons and check that the URL goes directly to this. Now, the way to find the URL to go directly to this is open up another tab on your website, on your browser, and then actually go onto your product on your website in that physical product. Copy the URL link, which would be the link where it would say www. And then paste it into here and then press apply, because then it directs the customer directly to the product that you are advertising, which makes it simpler and gets straight to the point for the client or the customer. Now you have this section at the bottom, which is a footer. You are going to have ads on here at the bottom unless you have a business upgrade account set up with your email marketing, so you will have this ad shown. This ad is shown as this is just an example sub, but you can remove the ads when you upgrade it, of course. You can choose whether to show your address, phone number, social links as well if you wanted to do that, or you can show them in different ways, and you can add a link to your website if you wanted to as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep it very minimal. So our shop is online only, so we're going to keep this with nothing on it. But we are going to add our social medias. So there's a button here called social. Click on that. And as you can see, all the social medias are here. There are some that don't appear, unfortunately. This is an update Wix is always trying to improve and always make sure that these are always updated. Now, you can add your Pinterest and it just carries on, and you can say follow us. You can change the text, the size of the text, the size of the icons, so it really is customizable to how you want it, which is amazing. Definitely would always recommend having your social links in your email marketing, just because you want people to go on these different platforms, whether it's YouTube and you have videos that you want to get them to watch, Instagram for them to follow you, and a lot of people sometimes when they don't have Instagram, they more than likely have Facebook. So it just gives them loads of different platforms and options for you to choose from. So we're going to add this onto our page. Again, you will need to add your social media links. So that is a new URL link. Unfortunately, you cannot add just your username. So I can't just add my Facebook username because I would need a direct link. So when that button is clicked, it takes a direct link to my social media. So you would need to go on your Facebook page on a separate tab, go on your Facebook page, copy the URL link, and then just paste it into here. And then once you've pasted your URL link into each one, you press apply. As we don't have that, it will show you alerts, and then you leave it how it is. Now, just say you've done your theme, but you're not very happy of the look and you want a different type of theme, you can go to a section for themes. So if you didn't want to go through the whole process of what I've just done to brand it, you can just go through and flick through all these themes. So it will change everything for you by keeping your elements the same. So we can change certain things so it makes it more crafty, it makes it more fun. There is loads of different ways we can do this. So you can use one of these templates if you wanted to start with, but I would always recommend creating your own, just because you want it branded to your branding, not for it to look too much away from your original branding. It has to definitely relate. So once you're happy with the theme of your look, you also got the background option. Now you have so many different options to choose from. These are backgrounds that you can generically use if you wanted to. So we're going to keep ours quite quirky and keep this one. We're going to make it really quirky. Or what we could do is keep it very subtle, or have it relate to this. So we're going to actually do these squiggly lines because I think this works better with the colouring. And now what we can do, there's another option up here. So if you didn't want the design, you can simply just add a colour. Always, as I mentioned, relate back to the colouring of your branding. So actually, let's change that because I feel like this looks better. It's not too much in your face, and we're just going to keep it very simple. As you can see, certain parts of my website I'm not happy with. For example, this button for the email marketing, I'm not 100% sure I want to keep that. So I think I'm going to get rid of that. And then add a link to my bag. So I'll add just a shop link. So we're just going to connect it to my website for the time being. And then it directs them to that. Now, you can also add your own background if you wanted to. So if we picked a background, for example, it would go and put that background into the email marketing that we want. So you can just add stuff that you want to your background as well, to any image, but we are going to keep it very simple and keep it in our color scheme. You can also go to the bottom here where it customizes the inner background. This inner background, again, you can change this to how you want. And as this is a picture, this is why this won't change. And our logo is not a PNG file to which it shows the background. A PNG file is what is referenced to as what you would class as a watermark sometimes. So where it's completely has a non-visible background and can be placed on top of any color. So we're just going to keep it white for now, just because it saves us the time and the hassle. But you can add a border to this. So we're going to add a border to make it outline a bit more. And there we are. We're all good to go. So just say once you're fully happy with the look of your email marketing, you're now going to go up here to the sections here. You can either do preview and test, to which I would highly recommend before sending this out to clients. Click preview and test, and this is going to show you what your email marketing will look like once it's been sent to people. Now, you can actually physically send yourself a test email. So you can send yourself a test email so you can see for yourself what this will look like on your phone or when you open it up in an email and what it's going to say. You have a subject line. We're going to do, of course, new arrivals. But what we're going to do is we're going to not do it in capital letters because we don't want this to get thrown into spam or junk mail. And then this is the name of the company. So this is the name of the company that we're using as an example. I've entered my email and what the reply email is. Press send. You do need to verify this just so that you can send. Unfortunately, I really don't like these square identification things because they never work with me, but you can press send and then it sends a test email straight to your inbox. Now once you've sent that and just say you're happy with the test email that you viewed, go back to your editing section and then click the word next. Now this is a section that comes up now, so it shows you all your contacts. So for example, you're going to have different labels here, so you're going to have sections that will say all, customers, subscribers, appointments. So it's going to show you a list of all your contacts that have contacted you through your website, through your form, who have subscribed to your website, who have filled in forms, booked appointments with you, bought products. So every single contact is going to appear here. Now you can choose to send it to all your contacts. You can choose to send it to maybe only members that have signed up with you. Or just say you had an option where you wanted to send it to existing customers, so people that have purchased before and you wanted to send them an offer. You can just click on them, but we're going to send it to all of our customers, whether they've booked an appointment or contacted us, we're going to send it to them. Now what it means by only show active contacts, it means that it's a great way to increase the delivery rate. So some contacts and email addresses aren't very active, so that's what is shown. So when you click on that, it'll only show you the emails that are active. So as you can see, switching this option off can mean more of your emails bounce or go to spam. So you want to show only your active contacts, So I do apologize for the confusion. So when this button is on, it shows your active contacts to where these contacts use their emails regularly or have gone on your website before, and it's not classed as like a bot and there isn't going to get thrown into their spam. So we're going to keep it like that. Import contacts, you don't really need to do, and manage contacts is just editing and deleting contacts if you wanted to. Now, as you can see here, make sure your emails reach your audience. Check out our best practice article to learn more. So as I mentioned before, by checking your audience, you're picking who it is going to. So make sure that the email that you're sending out is going to the relevant people and it isn't just being sent out to everyone. So for example, if you're sending an offer to somebody that has filled in a wholesale form, they aren't going to be interested in purchasing the product or the new arrival offer straight away. So that would be a separate email you could possibly create as a wholesale email marketing. So anyone that has ever contacted you for wholesale, you could create a separate email marketing email that can get sent out to them specifically, offering them wholesale products if it's available to them. I would recommend only sending an email to all if it relates to every customer, or if you want to try and get more engagement or get people that have contacted you before, then I would. So as we've got new arrivals, we're going to send it to everyone. Then you press next. And this is the important part that comes in now. So this is very important when it comes to preparing for sending this out to people. Now, this is the subject line. So what we're going to do, we're going to change this and make it a bit more personal for all our customers. So we're going to say new arrival for you, and then we're going to add a dynamic value. Dynamic values are a really nice way to personalize the email that's being sent to the customer or client. And we're going to add their first name. So once you add their first name, it's going to be new arrival for you, and it would say my name, for example, Rosalia. So it's going to make it really personal. You can change this. You can add their first name, their last name, their email address, but I would recommend keeping it very simple, very short and sweet. Again, do not use all capital letters, so we don't want an email like that. We want to keep it very minimal, higher case, because we don't want this going into junk or spam. So we're just going to put new arrivals Rosalia, or what we can do is new arrivals for you Rosalia. So it's not going to show the actual contact name because it would always reference to the person it's being sent to. Now it's going to have the from name. So if you've sent an email marketing before, or the name on your Wix website will appear here. So our website business is called Bag Drop. The reply email, you can change this if you wanted to, but this is automatically connected to what email your Wix account is registered to. And then you can either do two things. So you can schedule this, or you can send it now. Now, I would definitely recommend, if you have a few things in advance and you know you're not going to have time, you could schedule it. So you can schedule it for what time in the day you want to send it, what days, like 2 weeks time, for example. And then just say, we're going to schedule this for 6 o'clock. That's what we're going to schedule this for. Schedule campaign. But unfortunately, we don't have this feature on here, so we can't do that. But that's what you would need to do, is schedule campaign, and then it would schedule it for you. Now, just say you wanted to send this now. Press send now. And then you will need to verify your email address first before you can actually send out your first confirmation. So it's going to send an email confirmation to me now, to which I'm just going to have a quick look onto my phone just so I can confirm this, and then we can of course proceed to the next step, because I would like to show you, of course, what happens once you have sent these email marketings out and how it appears on your screen. So that's all been confirmed now, so we can now press send. And then here we go. That has been done. We've sent the email campaign. It's in a queue and on its way. Just click done. And this is how it will appear. So as you can see, it's sending. So it will show you how many people have viewed, so opened your email, and how many people have clicked on any of the buttons. You can also click on this to get a full breakdown of everything. So how many people it's been delivered to, the open rate, the clicked rate, email. So this will show who it's been delivered to, and you can reach more people if you wanted to. It definitely has more of a breakdown with like top links, what button they've clicked on, unique clicks by devices, whether it's been mobile or computer, bounce rates, spam complaints. It has a full breakdown in your area. So this is definitely a great way to see if it's been effective, if people open your email, if people are actually clicking on it. Try to get it to a rate when people are opening it more. It could be because of your subject header of what the name of the email is. So new arrivals for you, it could be a great email and people are opening it, but then they're not clicking. So you need to make then an analyzed decision of maybe your email marketing isn't as effective in regards to display information or buttons. So always check the stability of the stuff that comes through, because the information that comes back to you, excuse my confusion of words, I do apologize. So the information that is provided back to you from delivered to open to clicked is going to be really helpful to anything else that you ever need. I would highly recommend definitely practicing and getting used to these email marketing areas, just so that you can get the hang of this. I wouldn't send them out immediately until you feel confident and that one is within your branding. And just say I wanted to use this again because I've created a template and I don't want to create another one. I can press reuse, and then I can go about editing again, starting again, creating something different, and then sending out, for example, a new email and then creating it something different. So I can then completely use this to click publish and send out the same one in a different format, and then I can go back and then there's another one sent out. So you can also do the option of click more templates, start from scratch, to where it just gives you a blank canvas. Now always remember the do's and don'ts of this email marketing strategy. Don't always go for capital letters. Keep pictures very professional and crystal clear. I'd always recommend it only having relevant written information. So whether it's keeping it very short and sweet, very informative, but have it only relevant to the products or services or information you're trying to put out there in your email marketing. Keep it very relevant. Don't put unnecessary writing for the sake of it. Otherwise, people will tend not to go through your email and just sort of skim through. Images are very important. I would suggest personally adding images always to your email marketing, because images get people interacting. People use visuals more than writing, so adding visuals is definitely very important. And then adding writing, of course, is just as important, but make it very, very relevant. Add buttons where necessary, but don't overload your email with too many buttons. Add dividers to divide sections, so it just creates like little sections that separate things. You can have it just as a decorative option. Placement, definitely placement of product is very important, so how you place things. So do you want it very elegant? You don't want to just put picture, 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 picture. Maybe you can do a selection where it has two little pictures side by side, so it just looks more professional, more clean and more sleek. Definitely always recommend adding social buttons, always referencing back to your social medias, and I would definitely recommend always adding your logo to the top of your email. Always add your logo, because you want it to represent your brand, and you want people, even though they know it's you when they're opening it, because it will say your name, but you want to open this email and you want your face of your brand to be the first thing they see. Your catchy headers. This catchy header will be the first line that will be visible on the description of your email. So make it catchy, make it stand out, make it different, but don't make it too long. Keep it very simple, very sweet, and add more text if needed. Now, I would definitely recommend keeping backgrounds and themes to your style, as I mentioned before, but once you are confident, I would definitely recommend playing around with a few templates, playing around with the fonts, and then definitely send yourself test emails. Get familiar with the look of sending out email marketing emails, because they are very useful and they would definitely take your business to the next level. So definitely recommend playing around with everything. But I hope that this video has been very useful for you. I do apologize for any mix-up of words or any confusion of anything that I have pronounced or said. Sometimes I do get a bit confused, but if you have any questions in regards to the video, or how to do specific things, or need help in email marketing for your Wix back office, please just leave a comment, let me know in the message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, sorry. As you can tell, my wording is always confusing, but I hope you have enjoyed this video, and any questions, as I mentioned, please just message me. But thank you for watching.